the animals are wondering if goats now became the witness, and they're like, what? Imagine animals are watching South Sudanese fighting. So, and the other animal farms were not scared because maybe they are used to, in the street of Juba, they are used to this one. They are used to this war. So there's a lot of funny things that are actually happening in the country. And we always go back to remind ourselves that actually South Sudan is not just any country. South Sudan is a spiritual country. Imagine animals watching people fighting. And they're surprised and they're watching. And the picture actually is there, the video is there. Why? What is a goat and a human being? So goats are more, and even they are not scared anymore. So goats are more responsible now compared to human beings in Juba. So this is something that it's very funny. And the issue of the unknown gunmen is again arising. And this is something that is giving me root stress. And we have two very educated, important South Sudanese from the Equatorian side that we lost this year. And it's not fair. The other one was from the oil sector, and this other one is in the central bank. To me, is like, let's now leave as what? Let's try to be our own brother keeper. And lastly, before I go to my other program, is that there was this in the court, Honorable Potkang item, his cars were being used. And there are people that are using his cars. And he said these cars belong to him. And some people on social media came out and say, why is a minister having 10 cars? So I'm like, if somebody's having 10 cars and somebody's given $50 million, who is innocent here? Or why should you go and get somebody's things when people are dividing money, 50 million, 10 million, 100 million is being given to one person? Why will they again go and use somebody's property? Because when I'm in jail or when somebody's in jail, you don't touch their things. Their things belongs to their family. It doesn't belong to the government. So this is something that there is also another drama that is going on. In South Sudan, there are people that are allowed to steal money and they can have the money the way they want. But there's some other people that when they take something or what belongs to them is being questioned. Where are we going, South Sudanese? Where are we going? Because if a thief is stealing 10 million and you're not asking them, but you're asking somebody that have 2 cars because they have 2 cars, is it because they are not from the ruling community? This is a question for everybody, because to me, I want us to be treated as one, as South Sudanese. When we come and we start finger-pointing things that are happening, is because the government forgot actually where they came from. They forgot who are we and what actually is happening in the country. There is a quote I put earlier, and I wanted to share that quote. When liberation forget the people, when the liberation forget the people and guard only power, the revolution become a prison built by its own heroes. So this is a quote that I wanted to talk about today. I've been writing a lot of quotes, but I never bother myself. But this one actually interested me, like made me to speak about it. Because these people, they liberate us, right? They liberate us. And we felt they should not actually, because they liberate the country, they should not come and say they should be the people to eat alone or should be the people to rule. I didn't like it. They liberate the country, but at the end of the day, they came and even became worse, more than even the people they were liberating us from. They are killing South Sudanese, they are finishing South Sudanese, and they're not even giving us chance to lead. Because a brain that only know how to shoot for 20 years or 21 years cannot again build. It's not possible. So let these people go home, let them relax and hand over the country to the youth if they really want something to be done. And a lot of people, we have come also to realize that whatever is happening is not because that that Dr. Riek is this or Dr. Riek is that. One thing that I want everybody to know is what is happening is spiritual. What is happening is spiritual. It have nothing to do with naked eye. If it had something to do with whatever is happening, then it will be something, it will have been end so far. I believe everybody is tired, but it's spiritual. This is something that it's a spiritual war. It's not a physical war that you can touch this or I can touch this. No, it is a spiritual war, but it's almost coming to pass. It's almost coming to pass, and soon we are all going to smile. And that is the end of the things to do with the country. Now I want to speak about something very, very important. There's this word everybody have been talking about, submissive. Be a submissive wife. Huh? Be a submissive wife. Being a respectful wife. What is submissive in real life? Before that, I want to tell you, the same way a man admired a woman, when you see your woman dressed so well and you admired them, it's the same way even women want to admire their men, right? So my topic today is about submissive. What is submissive? This word, we cannot live without this word. But a lot of people don't understand what does this word mean. Some people say submissive means be respectful. That is the most definition that everybody have been talking about. That be submissive means you have to be, that women being respectful. There's a reason why God had to give this word called submissive. Say, woman, be submissive. Huh? Be submissive. And this is something that you as a man, first, you need to ask yourself a lot of questions before you marry any woman. Why am I coming up with this topic? I'm talking about this topic because there's a lot of people that, or there's a lot of homes that are being destroyed every single day. I want to talk about this because take a Shington one, right? Take a Shington one to duck. Nathan one duck a shiani kien, duck man, duck wuni, and duck even girlfriends, boyfriend, and this became something very, very serious in the life that we are living nowadays. And I want to talk about it because it's helped me, it's helped you, it's helped everybody, and we're here to share. We have to be each other keeper as men, as women. I'm happy when my sister is in our house. I'm happy when my brother is very comfortable in his home. And this is something that I thought I should share with you. If you are a married woman, this is for you. If you are a married man, this is for you. If you are a man that is preparing to get married, then also this is for you. If this is anybody that is also dating and all that, this is for all of us. So the first thing is that word, this word, it triggers a lot. The women, it triggers many women, and it also confuses a lot of men. For some, it sounds like it's a weakness. Some men see that when a man reminds a woman that you should be submissive, you should respect me. Some women see it as a weakness. Because I'm working, because I have a lot of resources, because I have money, I have a job, I'm a CEO. So who are you to tell me to be submissive to you? You should cook for me. So these are things that I want us to talk about today. I will use English and your language. First, being submissive is not weakness. Being submissive, for others, it sounds like peace. Some people say, okay, it's peace. Being submissive means peace. Being submissive means maybe truth. Being submissive means respect. No. when we talk about submissive, is about the most important meaning of submissive is trust. Ngas. Right? Trust. Being submissive, you cannot be submissive to something you don't trust. You cannot submit to something you are not proud of. You cannot submit to something you admire. You cannot be submissive to something that is not inspiring to you. So when you want to be submissive, you must be submissive to something. It's automatic. You don't have to force being a submissive wife. You don't have to force being a submissive, girlfriend. No. Being a submissive daughter. No. So this thing. So being submissive is we cannot do without submissive. In everything we do, women must be submissive to their father. When you are a father, you be submissive to your brother, to your mother, to your sister, to all this. When to your boyfriend, after that to your fiance, after that to your... And it's something that you cannot force. You cannot force being a submissive wife or being a submissive girlfriend. It's something that is come automatic. When you do other things, then this one become something, it's automatic. It's come automatically. So submissive also is not being silenced. That because I'm not educated and you married me, so I don't know I don't know my right. I cannot speak for myself. That's submissive. That is not submissive. Actually, a submissive wife should be somebody that know her right. When somebody is not educated and they don't know their right, that is no longer, we cannot say they're submissive. That is a weakness. That now become a disadvantage. So the man that married, an educated man that is getting married to an educated woman, what is that? That is disadvantage. So this man is taking advantage and he must manipulate for him to be able to live with this woman. So being submissive is trust. Trust is something we cannot live without. The government cannot run. Juba government is not okay because there is no trust. Juba is not in order because there's no trust. South Sudanese are killing each other because they don't trust each other. The tribes don't trust each other. Even husbands and wives at home don't trust each other. Nobody trusts each other. Girlfriends don't trust each other. You see, a woman, a girl trusts you. She comes in and then you play the games or whatever you do. You as a man, you record knowing that if she wants to leave you, you will use that to manipulate her. I will post this on social media. I'll do this and that. Same to girls. They do that. So this is not trust. We don't trust each other. No trust. And we cannot live without trust. I told you before that the only place a man feels comfortable and peaceful is in the hands of his woman. Same to a woman in the hands of her husband. So these are the only, or maybe you are a daughter in the hands of your father. So these are the only places that we can say that you feel comfortable. So for me to be submissive, for that woman to be submissive, for that girl to be submissive, it's come automatic. There are things that you need to do. There are things that you need to do for you to be able to do it. Because without this woman, imagine this woman become the mother of your children. You cannot be called a father without this woman that is giving you one child or two child, because a child is a child. Sometimes there are people that were brought to this world only to give birth to one child. There are people that were brought to this world just to give birth to two kids. There are people that were brought to this world even not to give birth. So we are not equally. We have different duties that brought us to this world. Just like you see, there is a doctor, there is an Equatorian that is married maybe to a Dinka or maybe to a Nuer, And if this woman doesn't give birth to, you will see them, they are not used to the drama of the Nuer and the Dinka. Because immediately a lady is married in Dinka and Nuer, immediately the family starts thinking, is she pregnant? Is she pregnant? Is your wife pregnant? Is your wife pregnant? So there's a lot of pressure from this. But you don't find that pressure from the Equatorian side because they are more advanced and they understand this thing more than us. But to we, because there's a lot of cows that are being put, somebody's being married with 500 cows, 400 cows, 300 cows. So they expect you to give birth to many children because you are born with a lot of what? With a lot of children, with a lot of cows. So, but the Equatorians and the other, they don't marry with these too much cows that the Nuer and the Dinka are using. So to them now, it's become a little bit lower, understandable, not like who? That is, so to me, his submissive is something that is very, very important. Without trust and submissive is one thing. Some people are trying to say this and that. When you open now, get some water. If a Nuer gets some water and goes serve a Dinka without somebody you don't know, they will not drink that water because they will feel there is suspicious. They will think maybe you're poisoning them. Same the vice on the other way. So what does that mean? There's no trust. Nobody trusts each other. And that's why I remember that time when before 2018 when Salva Kiir went to Khartoum and he was talking to Dr. Riek and he said, I want you to come to Juba. And Dr. Riek said, will you not? You see, will you not? Because Dr. Riek was already, in 2013, there was this drama. In 2016, he came in, he tried. No, it did not get, so he was just, so he was like, will you not repeat? So there was that question mark. So there's no trust among the government officials. There's no trust. That's why every day somebody is being removed, somebody is being released, somebody is being appointed. You are appointed after 3 months, your decree. You are appointed after 8 months, your decree. So there's a lot of lack of trust. And this lack of trust have destroyed a lot of homes, have destroyed a lot of offices, have destroyed our old beautiful country that we had in 2011, on the 9th of July 2011. That country now have been destroyed because of lack of trust, because of greed. We have greed in different ways. Greed is in this different way. We only see greed in the money, but if there's greed in anything, there is greed men that want to have 20 wives, 10 wives, 90 wives, 100 wives. That is greed. We should not just see greed in only looting resources. No, greed also is in everything we do. Everything that is around, you want it to be yours. There is greed in cattle riding. You want to have a lot of cows. That is, we also see greed there. There is greed in what? There is greed when it's come to distributing these humanitarian items. You only want to give your family alone. There is greed when it's come to employment. You only want to employ your relatives. You only want your family to be the one to have money, to be the one to have cars. So this is greed. Greed is in different ways. Greed is not only in looting the resources of the country. Greed also, there are those who feel like, oh, why is so-and-so having this phone? They want to come and take those phones. That is greed. So greed is in different ways. But because the other one we are seeing in Juba now is the bigger one, because corruption can be seen by everybody, including goats and cows, then we only see that greed. But greed is in everywhere. When your father have 20 cows, and he said this cow is for all the boys in the house to get married, and then from there, and because of you, you say, no, I want to use all these cows to marry my wife. And you don't even think about your brothers. You don't even think about your sister. That is greed. When your mother cooks food and the food is not enough and you want it to eat alone and you don't care about other people, that is greed. Greed is in different ways. So how do we now get this? So it starts from home. Without trust, then there is no submissive. You cannot be submissive to something you don't trust. And without safety, there's no trust. If I am not safe, if I don't feel safe and comfortable in your hands, if your wife doesn't feel safe in your hands, then automatically she cannot be submissive to you. How is your wife not safe in your hands as a man? Because when we are here, we talk about submissive. If the man is the head of the family, whether you like it or not, it was like that. And that's why a woman is the one being married. It's not the man that is being married. No, he's the woman that is being married. So when you wake up in the morning, pick your cows, and you know by evening you are going to have a wife, then you have to know when she comes, will she be safe in my hands? What women need is safety. When they are safe, they will be submissive. When they are safe, when they trust you, because safety connect to trust, trust connect to submissive. This is something that comes automatic. If I don't trust you, do you know why young girls or women, as they feel, they go mostly with bouncers? They go mostly with bouncers because they feel they can be protected. They can be protected. So women want to be protected. And this word submissive is too big. We cannot do anything without being submissive. You be submissive to your boss, right? Submissive to your job. Submissive to your wife, to your husband, to everything. Automatically, if I give you trust, you give me back trust. If you give me safety, I give you back safety. So it cannot be one way. You beat me and you expect me to be submissive to you. It cannot. I will be faking it. Being submissive is something that comes automatic. If I love you, if I trust you, if I feel safe in your hands, automatically I will be submissive to you. And a lot of South Sudanese women, especially the Nuer and the Dinka, are very submissive. When they bring water to you, there's respect, there's trust. So they bring with sinia. They bring you water with sinia. They get the water in the glass, they put in the sinia, they bring you. These are things that you don't find anywhere. But they do these things. But nobody sees this. Kind. The all fruits, 9 fruits of the Holy Spirit are involved here. You have to be kind. You have to be self-control. You have to be understandable. You have to be able to communicate. Women, South Sudanese women and South Sudanese men don't know how to communicate to each other. And that's why you see Richard Roy is communicating with a stick. And most men, most South Sudanese men, they communicate with a belt. Most South Sudanese men, they think their wives are kids and they communicate with a belt. If you communicate with a belt and you build a woman that is giving you children and you beat her and you think she's nothing, she's stupid, she cannot reason, you beat her with a belt and you want her to be submissive to you, you are lying to yourself. A belt is not used to beat women. You cannot buy a belt to beat women. No, you buy a belt for your what? For your trouser. When you are buying a belt, have you ever been told that this one is not good for, this one is for beating women, this one is for your trouser, or this one is for, no, the belt is not meant for beating women or children. No, a belt is meant for a trouser. It's meant for a trouser. At least to help you, not for you to use it. That's very fast. You remove it and you beat your wife. This is your wife. She's not your slave. And using that belt on her, this is something she will always remember. She cannot be submissive to you. She will not feel safe in your hands. She will not feel safe in your hands. And immediately this happened, then now trauma comes in. A good home is a home that people sit down when there's a problem, they talk. You don't take a belt and you start beating women. You went to go to the office. When things do not come well in the office, you find some things up and you bring the anger to your woman. You remove something small, you get your belt and you beat your wife. This is not the belt. South Sudanese men, the belt is not meant for caning women or beating women. This belt is meant for your trousers. It is meant for your trousers if you want your women to be submissive to you. Let them trust you. Let them feel safe in your houses. Let them feel safe in your hands. Not using the belt. Because when you use the belt, then automatically there is no submissive. You will be forcing things. And when they force things, things will not go all right. True submissive. If you want your wife to be submissive, you don't have to demand it. No, inspire it. Make her admire you. Make her do those things by only her willing. Because immediately, this inspired her. When you make her safe, you trust her, just like you eat her food. After beating her, after beating her, no man ever think that this woman will poison me. That is trust. But you are beating them. So, what if you don't beat them and you call them, so and so, this and this did not go right. Can we talk about it? And then you sit down and you talk about it. And this is something that, especially these people like saying, she me aki, engu, she me doa, she me stupid, she me kuyonga. How can somebody makuyonga? How can somebody mama stupid? Kadava jigat bilo jute ba shol gwangu be shol gwangu be kat ko bin bi kan arke ka bi shol stupid ramanong be gat be kadaf be ka kamji be shol stupid be la la kwan ko wi yo your finkan ko bi onong be balandu no be to shit. This person that is coming, a woman is to do what? A woman is to come and give you a home. You, as a man, you have the seed. The seed belongs to a man. Mostly. Woman is like a woman, he's the soil to plant your seed. Just like when you prepare your garden and you want to plant your maize, and then you now plant your maize and you water it. That is the same. So to a woman, a man, you have the seed. But because you want this seed to grow, you plant it in a woman and she gives you what? She gives you children. So you plant maize, you plant a seed, a corn. When you plant a corn, the same corn give you what? It gives you a maize. So the same corn as a man, you planted in a woman, and this, it give you a baby. That is called Jimmy, a king, that you will start having those names and they will carry your name. They don't even carry a name. They come back to you after all this. And we treat them like they are not important. We treat them, we abuse them. We treat them like slaves. They are not slaves. They are things that we should protect. And they should feel safe in our hands. They should feel safe in our houses. They should be protected. Because they are vulnerable. They are not powerful. Their power is in their tongue. And that's why when a woman abuses you, you feel like you want to beat her. The power of a woman is not in her body. It is in her tongue. A power of a man is in his body, physically. He can carry something big, but a woman cannot carry something big. When she say one word, that one word can burn the whole society. And that's why I think most women are not presidents. Because women, when we are annoyed, we don't think far. We think now. Our mind switch off and we just focused about now, here, what have happened. So that is, and that's why if the whole world women were the president, then we will burn this country, this world down in just maybe one day. Because when we are annoyed, we act emotionally. We don't act with our brain sometimes. So this is something we feel it through emotions. And that's why when you see a woman becoming pregnant, there's a lot that they endure. So we feel the pain. And that's why when you see a woman crying, she removes the tears because she feels it. But the easy way for her to communicate to you, her husband, her boyfriend, her father, is through her tears. She cried to tell you that whatever I'm going through is painful. I can't take it. I need some help. So all this is what we need to do. Women are very powerful from their tongue. One word, the whole entire family is annoyed with her. But at the end, when she's not annoyed, she's very beautiful. So how do we control all this? By treating them well. So this word submissive, it means a lot. It's in different ways. So when a woman, when you trust her, when you make her safe, you get submissive automatically. It doesn't have to be forced again. You don't force it. You get it out. Woman, or some people confuse independence with resistance. No. When you resist something is when you fight her and she will resist it. And when it's happened all the time, then this is a process for you destroying your home. She will keep resisting until one day she'll just wake up and move. Because women have 7 stages. The first stage, she goes to her father's house. The second stage, she goes to her father's house. The third stage, she goes to her friend's house, not to her father anymore. The fourth one, she stay at home, preparing, telling you, I will leave this home. The fifth one, she tells you, I will leave. The sixth, she will go hide for 2-3 days and then come back. And then the last one, she will go for good. When women are tired, when they reach to the level 7, they don't do what? They don't sit at home. They don't even think about these kids. That is the level women now start saying, these are your children. You even carry their name. I don't carry their name. So we have to be very careful on how to treat our women. A lot of women are leaving home because men don't give what they're supposed to be giving. Having a home is not about providing money. No, it's not about having a home. It's a lot of responsibility. You don't need to forget, because in my father's house, I'm being treated like a princess. So when I reach to your house, you need to know I already grew being treated like a princess. So anything, my father will like, hey, daddy, little girl. So when I'm being called like that and I reach to your house and I don't get that, automatically a wound start growing slowly. I start comparing you and my father, how I used to get from my father's house and what now you are giving me. So automatically the women will always be like, Boshina, I'll go to my father's house. Why do they say that? Because you are treating them bad. When a woman starts saying that I'll go back to my father's house, then you need to know that something is not right somewhere. And they're telling you the way they are being treated in their father's house is better than the way you are treating them today. So it's a communication. They're communicating to you. And every woman at a particular time, including the older ones, are talking of leaving. Every day, Boshina, I'll go to my father's house. If a woman starts talking like that, then as a man, you need to sit down and think, what is it that I'm not doing right to this woman. A woman that is submissive, she values balance. A woman that is submissive, she values balance. When a woman is submissive, automatically, you give her all the things she needs. Even if you don't have too much, she will stay. And you will be happy in that home. Women are not about money. When people say women love money, no. Actually, women don't love money. And that's why women they always leave rich men. And they go to where there's no resources. And they feel good. They get married and people will be like, what is this woman need? Because I give her a car, she have a house I bought for her, she have money every month, but she still leave your house. Because you think that what you're supposed to provide is only resources. No, you have to give her, one, she have to trust you. Second, you have to give her a safety environment. She have to feel safe. You don't have to treat her and very fast you pick your belt that is used for your trouser to beat her. I've never seen in the factories, any factory making belt for women to be beaten. No, they make belt. And that's why it have all this. A belt have all this. So it's not meant for beating women in South Sudan. There's some places actually men are the ones being beaten. Leave about women. So, but in South Sudan, we still have this problem with us. And also, you sometimes when you get the one that is not for you. Because there are people, a lot of women are staying with the husband that are not meant to be their husband. A lot of men also are with women that they were not meant to be their wives. So here, there's a lot of chaos. Here, there's a lot of problems. And when that happens, that's why you see a lot of divorces. A lot of people are divorcing. They're left and right and a lot of drama. So you are staying with a woman that is not yours. If a woman was not meant for you, of course you will divorce and she'll go get married and she'll live peacefully. And we have those ones around us that were married before, but they were not, the first marriage did not succeed. They went and get married the second time or the third time, and now they're in their homes and they're living peacefully. Because getting the right one for you is very important. You don't go and carry another person cargo and you bring to yourself. No. We have people also that have been through a lot. If you have done mistakes, if you break a lot of young girl hearts or a lot of girls before you got married, don't forget that you took this for free. No, karma must follow you. So you will also suffer in your marriage as a man or as a woman. So whatever you do, karma must follow you. Karma doesn't leave. Karma is not only in people that are killing people. Karma is in everything. Because what you do to others will also be done to you. So whatever you do today will come back to you. If it's good, it will come back to you good. If it's bad, it's come back. And these things follow us even in our homes. But nobody talks about it. No, you ignore too much. Why am I staying long without having a child? Maybe you beat somebody's child and somebody say, oh, you will not see a child. So this, we carry a lot of scarces around us that we don't actually... When it's come to home, we don't need hierarchy. When it's come to submissive or submission, there's no hierarchy. One very important thing everybody needs to know, the man is the head of the family. The woman is a helper to this family. So the woman becomes the neck. And that's why when I tell you, I want this, we go right, we go right. We go left, we go left. We go south, we go south. This is very, very important. You need to know everybody must be in their respective places. But men, a woman was not told to